screen छापवाल, okay? Yes, PPT is visible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Welcome, Vasudev. Right? What's saying? Okay, we'll start the class. So, we start from the set theory. Okay, because without set theory, we cannot understand the discrete mathematics. So, set theory is the important part of the discrete mathematics. So, all of you know what is set? Yes, any definition? All of you know what is set? Roughly definition chalega. It is not important. If you have any idea about the set, then you just speak up something about set theory. Anyone? Vivek? Itisha?
Collection of objects, well-defined objects.
Yes, collection of an object. It is the set theory. Okay. So first of all, we understand why we have studied set theory. So first and more important is this set are used to define the concept of relation and functions. When we have studied relations and functions, so we want to know what is set before this. Okay. The second is the when we have studies of geometry in mathematics, any branch of mathematics like geometry, sequence, probability, etc. Any subject of mathematics and statistics, we require the knowledge of set. Okay. So set theories help us to categorize information. We have sometimes we have a data in large amount. Okay. So by using set theory, we can break it down into small group. Okay. So it is a use of set theory. So always remember set theory is used the concept of relations and functions. Then the study of geometry, when we have studied the geometry, sequence, probability, etc. We require the knowledge of the set theory. Set theory helps us to categorize all the information. Why it is categorize the information? Suppose we have the data, the large amount of data we have, large amount of information suppose we have. So by using set theory, we can break into smaller group. So it is the use of set theory. So for example, suppose you are going in mobile shop. A mobile shop में you are going. So you can see कि उनके अलग-अलग cupboards is there. One group for the Samsung mobile, second group is for the OnePlus mobile. So it is the example of the set theory. Yes, it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay now. So set. So by definition of set, a set is a collection of well-defined objects. Whatever object you have select, whatever object you have defined, it is well-defined. Okay now. Collection of well-defined object, it is called a set. Okay. So for example, the set of formal Nobel Prize winner. It is the well-defined set. Okay, the list of formal Nobel Prize is there. So it is the well-defined set. Suppose the second example is related to the set of tall student in our university. So tall student, tall means maybe height is not defined. See, only I am writing tall student. So the object is not well defined, so it is not a set. Okay, so what is set? Set is the collection of well-defined object is called the set. And if the whatever object here is not defined properly, then it is not a type of set. So in this example, okay, so in this example, we can understand the set. The set is not well defined. The set is not well defined by the tall student. I'm just writing tall student, but the height is not. I'm not defined what height. So it is not a well defined set. So always remember, set must be well defined. If we can tell whether particular object is the element of that set. Okay, if I'm talking about the in a set, many objects, many element is there. So whatever object in the set, it is known as the element of the set. So suppose each object in a set is called a element or number of set. Suppose always remember, most of time set is notation. Most of time set is always notation by the capital letters. Okay, it is always denoted by the capital letters. And the element of set, whatever element you have, the element of a set, it always defined by the small letters. Okay, so for example, we have a one set A. A is the one set. So we in set A have four elements A, B, C, D. So set A have a four element. It is known as the element of a set. So if I'm writing B belongs to A, B belongs to A means B is the element of set A. What is this? B is the element of set A. How can we read this? B belongs to A. B belongs to A means B is the element of a set A, or maybe you can writing B is in A. Suppose I'm writing F does not belongs to A. If I'm writing cross sign, if this notation means this does not. So F is not an element of A. F does not belongs to set A. Yes, student, it is clear what is the element of the set. Element of the set, whatever object you have defined, जो भी object you have defined, so number of element, member of element, it is this. Okay, so how can define? B is the element of set A. F is not the element of set A. So each element of the set is written only once. Okay. So in this example, suppose A, B, C, D, we have only four elements. In this, I will not repeat the element A, B, C, D. Any element I will not repeat. Suppose I am writing here, A, comma, then A. I will not repeat this element in a set. Okay. So first is each element of the set is written only once. And the second is always remember the order of element in a set is not important. Means whatever order you want, you can write A, B, C, D. If you want to write this, suppose you want to write D, C, B, A. So both the set are same. So the order of element in a set, it is not important. Okay, yes, it is clear. Each element of the set is written only once. One time you can write. Second, the order of element in a set is not important. Okay, so who is defined the set firstly? So George Cantor. Okay, George Cantor was the first mathematician. It is the mathematicians who defined the basic idea of the set theory. Okay, so always remember what is the father of the set theory. Father of the set theory, it is known as the George Cantor. It is defined the set theory. It is a mathematician. Okay, so using ingenious method, he proved remarkable things about infinite sets. Then, denoting a set as an object, it is a predefined notation. What is the meaning of this? This is the meaning of this. The meaning of this. The meaning of this. Okay, what is the meaning of it? It is known as the phi. It is the empty set. It is the null set. If I am writing where write this, then it is known as the empty set. Always remember, students, C is the notation of complex number. Yes, anyone define what is the complex number? Yes, student. What is the complex number? Any idea? Yes, Itisha, Vivek, anyone? Please
Ma'am,
speak up.
complex number
Yes,
which can be represented by a plus bi, and I is imaginary part.
yes.
Then this a
So
is
complex
real.
number
where
yes,
A
yes,
and B
you
are
are
real
right.
numbers.
Yes, A and B are the real number. I is the complex part of the equation. So when we have the number in the imaginary number, when we have, so it is the type of complex number. Then what is natural number? Yes, student. What is the natural number? अरे ये तो
Positive,
बेसिक मैथमेटिक्स.
positive integer.
Okay, positive integer, it is known as the natural number.
Um, or maybe whole numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. And some zero as well.
List. Okay, whole number is different and natural number is different. One basic difference is there. So first of all, define what is the natural number.
Ma'am, it is greater than 0.
Yes, it is
Ma'am,
greater
integer
than
greater
0.
than 0.
Yes, 1 to infinite. It is known as the natural number. Then what is whole number? Whole
Yeah.
numbers start from the 0. Include. And what is the rational number?
0. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what is the rational number?
मैम मैम क्या होते हैं मैम express as the quotation of fraction of p by q
Yes.
two integers, ma'am.
Okay. So Q is not equal to 0 in national number. Always remember. Okay, now whatever you define, it is right.
Yes, ma'am.
So the divided by Q is not equal to 0. It is the rational number. Then what is the real number?
Sorry, ma'am. वापस बोलिए एक बार.
What
Hello.
is real number? R. Yes. What is real number? Anyone?
Ma'am, hello, ma'am. Real number.
Yes, real
Hello.
number. Anyone?
मैम
Yes, your voice is
जिसमें बोथ
audible.
मैम रैशनल और इरेशनल नंबर होगा जिसमें मैम.
-2, 0,
Yes.
1.
No. Both are different. Then what is the integers?
So,
बताइए. What is
मैम
the integer? First of all, you just define what is integers.
मैम मैम विदाउट फ्रैक्शन कंपोनेंट को जिनको हम लिख सके वो.
Yes. So the integer, what is integer? Integer is the minus infinity to plus infinity. Numbers is
plus
there.
infinity, yes,
But
yes,
but
ma'am.
rational
Zero,
number is but rational numbers is not there. Means p by q is not the part of the. It is not the part of the integer. But in real
integer.
number, whole number means 1.2, 1.3 minus infinity to plus infinity means minus 1.32. All the numbers include in the real number. So you always remember the
Yes, ma'am.
notation of the this number. C is denote complex number, N is denote natural number, Q is denote rational number, R is denote real number, Z is denote integer. Sometime integer it is denoted by also I. So always remember I and Z. Okay, I and Z is the notation of the integer numbers. Okay, then how to represent sets? So we have a two method of representation of the set. How can we define? So first is known as the roster, and second is the first is known as the roster or tabular form, and second one is the set builder form. Then what is the difference between both the
Roster.
representation of sets? So roster form, in this form, the element of sets are listed within the pair of brackets. Okay, in the pair of brackets, we can define the set and are separated by the commas. Means whatever element in the set is separate by the comma. Then what is the set builder form? In set builder form, all the element of a set possess a single common property which is not possessed by any element outside the set. Means what is the meaning of this line? The meaning of this line is set builder form. We define the set in any logical form. Okay, in any logical form, if we define the set, then it is known as the set builder form. So first we have to take the example, the set of integers. I am taking the example, the set of integers lying between -2 to 3. Here I am not including -2 to 3. -2 and 3 is I am not including. So -2 to 3. Okay. So what is roster form? Whatever element lies between -2 and 3. So -1, 0, 1, 2. -1, 0, 1, 2. The element between in these two number, it is -1, 0, 1, 2. So it is the form of roster form. It is a form of the roster form. So what is the roster form? In this, the element of set, it is listed within the this bracket, curly bracket, and it is separated by the commas. Okay, the element is separate by the commas. And second is set builder form. Then what is the set builder form? In set builder form, we define the set in any logical equation in logic. So x, suppose x is the set such that x is belongs to I. So what is x? Here x is defined as the element of set. Okay. So x is belongs to I. Then the value of x is lies between -2 to 3. If I'm defined the set in this form, then it is known as the set builder form. Yes, student, it is clear what is the roster form and what is the set builder form. If you have any doubt, yes.
मैम मैम रोस्टर फॉर्म में आपने टेबलर फॉर्म में बोल दिया, और इसमें मैम जो भी एलिमेंट्स हैं वो मतलब हम लोग उसमें पेयर्स में मतलब इसको डिफाइन कर दे रहे हैं एंड इसको सेपरेटेड बाय कॉमर्स कर रहे हैं. और मैम इसमें हम लॉजिकल सेट बिल्डर में मैम हम लोग बोले तो उसमें लॉजिकल प्रोसेस में कर रहे हैं.
ये लॉजिकल प्रोसेस मींस यू जस्ट डिफाइन द सेट इन ए वन इक्वेशन. ये होता है ना मैथ्स में, आई विल डिफाइन x इज बिलोंग्स टू i. So what is x? x मैंने बोला कि x मेरा it is the element of
एक सेट है.
नहीं, x is not the set, x is the element of the set.
अच्छा, एलिमेंट ऑफ
Okay, इधर जो लिखा हुआ था ना, you just remember, ये जो ऐसे इधर लिखा है, it is the element of set. ये जो इधर define है, ये इस set का part है. Means x is belongs to I. So I is our set. So what is x? मतलब मैंने बता दिया, x is the any constant value. x तो कुछ भी हो सकता है. तो ये what is the quotient? The line. The value of x is lying between -2 and 3. So I am defined. The x is lying between -2 less than x. X is less than 3. Okay, it is clear.
3 greater than 3. Okay, yes ma'am, less than 3.
Okay. Any student have any doubt how to represent the set? No doubt. Okay. Then, so we understand what is cardinal number in the set. So what is the cardinal number in the set? The number of element in a set A is called the cardinal number of set. So in before example, so what is the cardinal number of this set? So we have a 4 element 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is denoted by Na. So in last example, Na is equals to, it is 4. Number of the element in a set A, whatever set you have, is called the cardinal number of the set. Okay. Yes, student, it is clear what is the cardinal number of the set? यार आप लोग कुछ बोल ही नहीं रहे हो, ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. प्लीज स्पीक अप. आप ऐसे चुपचाप बैठेंगे ना तो क्लास में इतना ओके ना, इतना इंटरेस्ट नहीं क्रिएट होगा कि मैं सिर्फ बोलती जा रही हूँ आप सुन. ओके ना, so please speak up. Okay, then we have understand what is the type of set. So one by type of set. So firstly we understand what is empty set and what is null set. So I think by name we can understand empty means zero, means khali. The set that contain no element is called the empty set or the null set. So when the set having no element in the set, then it is known as the empty set. So it is denoted by 5, maybe 5 or maybe blank curly bracket. Okay, if I am writing this only blank, then it is the notation of empty set. If I am writing this, it is also the 5. It is what is I am pronounced? It is 5. P H I. So it is 5. So it is known as the empty set. It is the notation of the empty set. So first of all, student, it is the I am represent one set. So it is roster form or it is set builder form? Yes, it is the roster form or it is set builder form. I am define one set. So it is the roster form or it is the set builder form? Yes. So it is the set builder form. So what is our set is X. Okay now. So what is X? X is the month containing 32 days. So we know that किसी भी month में 32 days is not there. So the set is 5 and the set is 5 means we don't have any element in this set. So what I'm defined X, given that it is not the notation of given that. So as given that X is a month containing 32 days. So we know that no month is there which have a 32 days. So set A में कितना element आया? Set have no element. Okay. No element, so it is known as the empty set. Then it is the example of the empty set. Then what is finite and infinite sets? If the number of element, okay, if the number of element in a set is a whole number, first of all it is a whole number. So whole number 0 to infinity I am writing. So the set is finite. If set is not finite, then it is the infinite set. आप बोलेंगे मैम whole number तो infinite होता है, but whole number infinite set भी two types के होते हैं. First is countable infinite set and second is uncountable infinite set. So okay, so we have two types of set in infinite set. So if the number of element is countable, then it is known as a finite set. If the number of element is not countable, then it is known as the infinite sets. Okay, so for example, the set of day of the week. The set of day of the week, it is defined by the The number of days in a week is 7, so it is a countable, then it is a finite set. The set of whole number. I am writing the set of whole number. The whole number is belongs to 1 to infinity, then it is the type of infinite set. Then what is equivalent set? So equivalent set means two set are equivalent if they have the same number of element. Means the number of element in the set is same. Means the cardinal number of the set, it is same. What is cardinal number? Cardinal number of the set means number of element in the set if same. Suppose we have a two sets. Suppose I am writing if A and B are equivalent. If the notation of equivalent, it is this 3 equal, it is known as the equivalent sign. Set A is the equivalent to set B. So for example, we have a set A, we have a 4 element in set A, B, C, D, and set B, we have a 4 element 1, 2, 3, 4. So in both the set, the cardinal number is same. The cardinal number is same, then it is known as the equivalent set. Yes, it is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next it is known as the equal set. Then what is equal set? Two sets are said to be equal if they have exactly the same element. Means set A and set B in both the set have the element is same. Means suppose in set A we have the element. Suppose in set A we have an element 1, 2, 3. So in set B also the element 1, 2, 3. Then it is known as the equal set. And what is subset? Subset is very important. So listen very carefully. So set A is a subset of set B if every element of set A is also element of set B. How can I define? If I am writing is this. So A is a subset of B. A is the subset of B means A is a subset of B or A is contained in B. Means जो भी आपका एलिमेंट है सेट A में वो सेट B में भी बिलोंग करेगा. वो सेट B में it is complete is there in the set B. So A is the subset of B means whatever element in set A जो भी आपका एलिमेंट है सेट A में it is also belongs to set B. Okay, then we say that A is the subset of set B. If I am writing like this, so B is a superset. B is a superset. Both are the same. The difference is this: A is the subset, and B is the superset. Okay, A is the subset and B is the superset. So I am taking one example. Suppose we have a set A. The element is 1, 2, 3, 4, and set B have element 1 and 2. So we say that B is a subset of set A. Why B is the subset of set A? So whatever element in the set B, it is also belongs to set A. जो भी element आपका set B में है, it is also belongs in set A. Then it is B is the subset of set A. So here A is the superset and B is the subset. Yes, it is clear, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So next we understand what is the power set. Okay. Please listen very carefully. What is power set? The power set is the set. Suppose you have one set A. Then if A is the any set, then one set of all are subset of set A. That is called the power set. Means if the original set have a n number, आपके पास जो भी original set you have a n number, then the power set will have a power set will have a 2 raised to the power n numbers in the set. So by example, I think we can easily understand. Suppose we have a one set, it is x, have an element x, y, z. So we want to make the subset of this set. How can we make? So first, always remember, student, empty set. Empty set is always the subset of the set. Empty set, जो भी आपका empty set होता है, it is always a subset. So suppose you have three element x, y, z. So firstly, what we have taken, all are subset of a set A. जो भी set A है, तो here I am taking set X. जो भी set A you have, so all possible subset of this set, it is known as the power set. So how can you means determine the number of element in the power set? So whatever element in the set A में कितना भी element है, उसका power 2 raised to the power n member is the element of the power set. So here we have a 3 element, 2 raised to the power 3 is, yes, 2 raised to power 3,
8.
8. So means we know the number of the power, मतलब element of the power set is 8. So first element is always empty set. First element is the empty set. Then second is the, I am writing is the subset of set A. So subset, you know, always set is defining this bracket. So first element is the empty set. Then second, suppose I am taking only one element. So set is always defined in this curly bracket. So here I am defined the set में set एक define हो रहा है. Okay. So it is the x, then y and z. Then we have take the combination of x, y, y, z and z x and x, y, z. Every set is the subset of on. Means every set is the subset of yourself. Means जो भी set है वो अपने में ही अपना subset होगा. So we see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in this set we have a 8 element. The power of the set have a 8 element. So what is the power of set? Power of set is the all possible subset of the set. मतलब जो भी set आपको given in the question, the possible subset of the set A, it is known as the power set. Yes, student, it is clear what is the power set?
Yes, ma'am.
So always remember, first element, after जो भी first element होगा, it is always the empty set. Then second, you just take one by one element, then the combination of the element and hold the set. It is the way of writing power set. So number of power set, you always remember how can we determine the number of element of the power set and members of the power set, you can determine by this formula 2 raised to power n. Okay. So I think we can stop here. It is almost 12:15. So in next class we have understand what is the disjoint set. Okay. Yes,
Ma'am,
student. You have any?
टेस्ट
You
टेस्ट
have.
देना पड़ेगा
You have
इसका.
any? Yes, टेस्ट देना पड़ेगा आपको. You have
Okay,
any
ma'am.
doubt?
No, ma'am.
Yes. No.